I felt lost for so long, as many of us do. If you're watching this, you're probably trying to find yourself. Maybe you're scared you're wasting your life. Maybe you're searching for the version of yourself you want to become, or simply the version of yourself that feels comfortable in their own skin. I don't know where I'm going. I don't feel like the person I'm meant to be. I just want to find my way back to myself. For the longest time, I thought there was something wrong with me. I looked around and it seemed like everyone else knew exactly who they were and where they were going. Everyone appeared so certain, so confident, so sure of their purpose. Meanwhile, I felt like I was wandering through life without a map, trying to find a place where I belonged. And because I couldn't understand why I felt so disconnected, I convinced myself that the answer had to be somewhere outside of me. I thought maybe I needed to achieve more. Maybe I needed to work harder. Maybe I needed to become more successful. Maybe I needed to be more like the people I admired. So I spent years chasing things I thought would finally make me feel whole. I chased accomplishments. I chased approval. I chased validation. I chased the version of myself that I thought the world wanted to see. And every time I reached a goal, there was this brief moment of satisfaction. But it never lasted. The excitement faded. The achievement became normal. And I was left with the same feeling I had before. Empty. Lost. Disconnected from myself. I didn't realize it then, but I was building a life that looked right on the outside while feeling completely wrong on the inside. I became so focused on who I was supposed to be that I stopped paying attention to who I actually was. I said yes when I wanted to say no. I stayed in situations that no longer felt right. I ignored my intuition. I ignored my needs. I ignored the quiet voice inside me that kept whispering, "This isn't you." The strange thing about feeling lost is that it doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes you still wake up every morning. You go to work. You show up for people. You smile in photos. You keep moving forward. But internally, you feel like you're drifting further and further away from yourself. That's where I lived for years. I kept waiting for clarity to arrive. I thought one day I would wake up and suddenly know exactly what I wanted, exactly who I was, and exactly where I was going. But clarity never came that way. Instead, life started taking things away. Plans fell apart. Relationships changed. Dreams I had held onto for years stopped making sense. And at the time, it felt like everything was breaking. What I didn't realize was that life wasn't breaking me. Life was stripping away everything that wasn't truly me. And that process was painful. There were moments when I felt completely lost. Moments when I questioned everything. Moments when I wondered if I would ever feel like myself again. But looking back now, I think that was the first time I truly started meeting myself. Because when all the distractions disappeared, I had no choice but to sit with who I was underneath everything. Underneath the expectations. Underneath the pressure. Underneath the image I had spent years trying to maintain. And honestly, I didn't have answers right away. I wish I could tell you there was one life-changing moment. One breakthrough, one realization that instantly transformed everything. But that's not how it happened. Finding myself wasn't one moment. It was thousands of small moments. It was choosing honesty over comfort. It was learning how to be alone without feeling lonely. It was asking difficult questions and sitting patiently with the answers. It was setting boundaries. It was letting people misunderstand me. It was walking away from things that no longer aligned with who I was becoming. It was learning to trust myself again. Slowly, I started paying attention. I noticed what brought me energy. I noticed what drained me. I noticed which dreams genuinely belonged to me and which dreams I had inherited from other people's expectations. For the first time in my life, I stopped asking, "What do other people want from me?" And I started asking, "What do I want for myself?" That question changed everything, because the more honest I became, the more I realized something important. I wasn't lost because I couldn't find myself. I was lost because I had abandoned myself. I had spent so many years trying to fit into places, roles, expectations, and identities that weren't meant for me that I forgot how to listen to my own voice. The person I was searching for wasn't missing. They were buried. Buried beneath fear. Buried beneath comparison. Buried beneath self-doubt. Buried between years of trying to become someone else. And once I understood that, my journey changed. I stopped treating self-discovery like a race. I stopped demanding immediate answers. I stopped believing I had to figure out my entire life all at once. Instead, I focused on coming back to myself one step at a time. One honest decision, one boundary, one act of courage, one moment of self-trust. And little by little, things began to change. The noise got quieter. The pressure became lighter. The confusion started to fade. Not because I suddenly had all the answers, but because I finally stopped running away from myself. And the truth is, I still don't have all the answers I thought I would have by this point in my life. Today, I still don't have everything figured out. I still have doubts. I still have fears. I still have moments where I question where I'm going. But the difference is that I trust myself now. And that trust changes everything. Because I no longer need certainty to move forward. I no longer need everyone's approval to make a decision. And I no longer need to become someone else before I start to feel worthy. I've learned that finding yourself isn't about reaching a destination. It's about building a relationship with yourself that can survive change. It's about staying connected to who you are even when life becomes uncertain. If you're listening to this right now, feeling lost, feeling behind, feeling confused about who you are or where you are going, I want you to hear this. You do not need to have everything figured out. You do not need to know your entire future. You do not need to become someone else to deserve a meaningful life. Sometimes the feeling of being lost isn't a sign that you're failing. Sometimes it's a sign that you're growing. And sometimes it's the beginning of a journey back to yourself. Maybe that's what happened to me. I spent years searching for myself in achievements, relationships, expectations, and other people's opinions, only to discover that everything I was looking for had been inside of me all along. I wasn't meant to find a new version of myself. I was meant to remember the person I've always been. And when I finally stopped searching everywhere else and started listening within, I found something that I've been missing for years. Not perfection, not certainty, not all the answers, just myself. And after feeling lost for so long, that was enough. More than enough. It was home. And if you're still searching for yourself, don't give up. The person you're looking for isn't as far away as you think. Making this video was part of my journey, and maybe watching it is part of yours. So take your time, keep going, and trust that you'll find your way back to yourself too.